Good morning, traders and investors. My name is Shen Mwangangi, one of the best market analysts here at HFM. So, we are in a new month and we expect new data to come out this month. And at the moment where we are, we can see, according to the report from Reuters, that dollar is slipping because of persisting trade concerns. And you can see the President Donald Trump and the Chinese leader Xi Jinping will probably speak this week. And because of these trade concerns, it's slightly affecting how the outlook of the economy with the US will be in the future. And also, we can see how the dollar index is moving because of this. We have seen since Monday the dollar has been slightly bearish, and also that has been affected. The dollar has been affected also by the soft numbers coming out from the ISM manufacturing PMI, where we saw it coming out way slightly worse than expected at a deviation of -1, and it came out as 48.5. So also that influenced the dollar to be slightly bearish and also impacted the gold to be bullish. Not to forget also, some of the news that we're watching out this week is the NFP. We know that NFP consists of all employment data except for government individuals and farm workers. So we'll be keenly looking at the numbers that will come out during the NFP on Friday. And for those interested, we'll be having an NFP event at the Nairobi Garage this Friday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Hopefully, I'll see you there. So coming on to the charts, starting with the dollar index, as we talked about the rising trade concerns and the soft numbers from the PMI, we have seen the dollar being bearish yesterday, testing our previous resistance zone after breaking it at the 99.31, and right now we can see we are even below our resistance zone that we had marked also last week at the 98.79, and we are currently testing it again. Move from here all the way to 98.07 as we continue to see the dollar being slightly weak will be a good move for traders and investors. For gold, we all know gold has been slightly bullish after testing our previous support zone at the 31.47.82, even covering this imbalance over here. So we have been moving upwards. Even last week we had some bit of a range ranging from the 33.43.27 and the 32.37.93. Currently we are above breaking that range at the 33.43.27, and a pullback to this zone to continue move higher will be a good move for gold investors. Else, if you have any data conflicting with what you have, we'll be looking at this support zone turning to be resistance. For the US 500, we are in a bit of a range, especially coming at the range from 59.79.04 and 58.95.69, where we are ranging quite more than 5 days. And yesterday we had a test at that support zone again. Because of the trade concerns between China and the US at the moment, and the talk that we may have this week, there's a bit of uncertainty that may influence the stock market. So as you maneuver in the stock market, make sure that you use strict management. And right now I can see we in a range between the two levels that we have mentioned. And as we know, if the same is happening on the US 500, the same will happen on the US 100. You can see the same range from 21.56.7.32 and 21.84.15, and also not to forget our US 30, which will also behave the same way. Coming on to Euro USD, as we know, here we have the USD as the quote currency. So if the USD is falling, we expect the euro to be rising, and we can see for the euro we have been rising, now going testing now our previous support zone at the previous resistance zone, sorry about that, at the 1.14247, and we broke it with a high momentum candle, And again, I tested this zone. As we continue to see USD, the dollar weak, will also impact the euro to be strong. Same has been happening also on JPP USD, looking the same as Euro USD, where JPP is gaining strength as the dollar is losing strength, and we have been seeing, we tested our previous support zone where which was our resistance zone, as you can see, and we tested it at the 1.34260, and we are currently moving up yesterday, printing a large momentum candle, and we are approaching right now our all-time highs, approaching at the 1.35690. I bet now we all know the trend right now. If USD is getting weak and if it's the best currency, the chart is falling. And here we have USD JPY as the base currency, and you can see, and you have USD as the base currency, and you can see the charts are moving down. Also, the reason why also the chart is moving down on the USD JPY is because of the failed auction that happened during the Treasury's auction last week, where we saw a failed demand. We lacked to get traders and investors failed to ask for more of treasuries, and we saw the treasuries increase in terms of their value, so that in terms of interest, and when the interest of treasuries are rising, it influences traders and investors to want to buy more treasuries so as to get more money from, or more value from, what they are investing in treasuries. But we saw the auction fail, and traders and investors are not interested in the treasuries because of the rising debt crisis in the US, and that's influencing also the USD to become more weak. And you can see, as USD is becoming more weak, it's also reflecting on the USD JPY currency. Also, not to forget that if the USD is becoming weak, traders and investors will move to safe haven like gold and Bitcoin, and we have seen gold moving up and Bitcoin moving up. So that was it for USD JPY. I'll be looking at our zone targeting at the 140.787 as we continue to see weakness in the US economy. On the Audi USD, it has been interesting. We have been ranging for more than a month. Even coming on to this new month, we're still in a range, and we are ranging from the 0.64917 and the 0.63591. Unless we break either of the side with high momentum and confirmation of volume, I will be looking to take that breakout move on either of the side. But at the moment, we're still in this range, so applying strict risk management and playing a bouncer from either of these ranges would be a good move for me in the lower time frame. On the German 40, we can see at the moment we are still in the range, and we are ranging after creating an all-time high at the 24327.30, and we are ranging from that level all the way to 23828.06. So again, also on the German 40, as you move on to your lower time frame, play the bounce off, and unless you get a high momentum candle with confirmation of volume, print, and a breakout on either of the side, you can take that move to continue playing that move. But at the moment, the 140 looks like a ranging market after creating an all-time high. On the UK 100, which is our UK stock, the FTSE, we can see we are targeting our previous all-time high at the 8845.10, and also on the UK 100 we are slightly in a range, and we have seen that most of the markets at the moment right now we are in a range. Why? Because it's the beginning of a new month, and the beginning of a new month, the first week, we expect data that will set the pace for the whole of the month. And one of the data is NFP, which is coming out Friday. So be keen to look at what will happen on Friday and the data that will be released on Friday on during the NFP. So with that said, my name is Shen Mwangangi, one of the best market analysts here at HFM. You can go to our YouTube channel because this is a pre-recorded YouTube video, so that you can watch the videos and make your own analysis based on what we have discussed. And also don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. This will help us improve our algorithm so that we can create better videos for you as a trader and investor. That's it. Goodbye and have a good trading day. Goodbye.